nice.
Greetings, YouTubers. Grimmy Dragon here, and it's time for the next installment of our month of Transformers the Movie 1986. And this time we're taking a look at the second part of the Challenge of Cybertron 3-pack from Hasbro Asia, and it's going to be Rodimus. Now, this is going to be the Hot Rod version. Doing this in order from least favorite to most favorite, so yeah, he's the middle guy. So why don't we take a look at him. Now, Rodimus in vehicle mode is the ever-popular futuristic sports car, which is done very well for this one. It's got a nice bright red to it, and really with the paint job, he has a cel-shaded look to him. I mean, that's the best I could tell it. I mean, it's all bright, crisp colors. Looks very nice. And it really does look like it's a cel-shaded drawing instead of a toy. But you can actually touch it, move it around, rolls beautifully. It's just painted very nicely, and I do like it. I do appreciate the paint job. Now, a lot of people would detract it for having painted Allspark blue windows instead of having translucent plastic, and that's I'm a little so-so on that. I mean, I'm okay with it. I think it looks fine. I like the look of it. But I do know that the Classics version, which I'm bringing in here, actually did have some molded detail under that windshield. Which is a shame that you don't get to see it on this version here. But since I got them out, let's bring in the comparison now. As you can see, the Challange at Cybertron Rodimus is a much brighter red than the burgundy Classics figure, and the yellow is so much nicer than that orange. So he is definitely a big improvement over his Classics version, even without the translucent plastic. Now, one thing you might have trouble noticing on him, actually it shows up on camera better than it does in real life, but there is a bit of a design on there for the flame. Where you could see it barely with the Autobot symbol there, but there is an orange with a little bit paler yellow in the middle to signify that design that he always has on the front of his car modes. Now, this is kind of a weak point for it because the two colors are so close to each other that it is almost impossible to see that flame design. So if they could have done something to really help embellish the flame on it, it would have made this figure so much better. I mean, it's one detail, I know, but yeah, that can cause a big knock on it. And, it's a shame, but it's true. I still really like this one, and I display it on my shelf as Hot Rod while I have this guy with the Fans Project armor on for Rodimus. So, yeah, I still really love this one. And he and Cyclonus actually did get a US release in these colors. It revealed the Shield line where the Autobot symbol was replaced by the thermal rub sign. So there is a version that at one time was easy to get hold of. Not so much anymore, but you can probably find it on eBay easy enough. But still,
It is a beautiful use of the Rodimus mold. So I think it's about time we got him into robot mode and see how he looks there. Now that we got Hot Rod in his robot mode, it is quite the impressive little figure. I mean, this is probably not the mold that really held up the best over the years, but it still looks really good. And the transformation's solid, easy enough to get, and the final look is just really nice. I mean, for Hot Rod, this looks good. I mean, this is not a Rodimus Prime by any stretch of the imagination, because it's just too small for that. I mean, he's a deluxe size figure. Wouldn't really go well with the Voyagers or anything like that, but he is still pretty nice. And I do like him. Now let's get a good look at the head real quick, because that is a nice head sculpt. You know, you got the... I mean, it really does have that right out of the movie or cartoon look to it, because it really carries that like almost cel-shaded like color scheme very well. And the way it transforms, you do have the classic fins on the back, and the yellow works great for that. The flame detail is on the chest. I mean, they really did a good job. I mean, look, they even got the legs the shins to look like they're the solid black or gray in this case, like they're supposed to be. So yeah, that works. I mean, everything that you could want in a Hot Rod figure is here, and I think it was done exceptionally well. Now for articulation, he does have a left and right swivel at the head, ball jointed shoulders, but really it can only go forward and back with some very limited in and out. He has a hinge at the elbow, which once you have the gun out of his hand goes up to 90 degrees. Gun does hold it down a little bit because it's banging into the shoulder area. No wrist swivels. Doesn't really need it. He does, however, have the flip out saw or communicator, whatever you want it to be. So he has that. He doesn't have no waist swivel, unfortunately, but he does have forward, backward, in and out on the hips. One of the transformation joints can hinder some of the movement, or at least some of the fluidity of the movement, but it's there. Got a almost 90-degree bend at the knee. You got a swivel below the knee, and some movement at the toes. Not the most perfect articulation, but it does do the job pretty well. So you can get some nice poses with him, which is always pretty good. Now, his gun, you may notice, has that long blue flame on it, and that's just painted onto like a red piece. But the nice thing is, it is also a working missile launcher. So you can have the gun looking like it's ready to fire, or you can pop the missile in and look like it's really shooting up a heavy load, and then shoot it out. So I think that was a pretty good way of doing the missile. So props for that. So for a quick comparison, let's bring in the Classics Rodimus. Get a way they look. As you can see, this Challange at Cybertron Rodimus is a lot brighter. I mean, this is more that darker burgundy. The orange is darker. Like I said, that orange is on the fins. It doesn't really work as well as the yellow. But it still feels like Rodimus. This is more of a Rodimus Prime color scheme, while this is a Hot Rod color scheme. So, there's some things that work, some that don't. But I think I like this color scheme for Rodimus or Hot Rod better. And he can go with my Fans Project set. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, quite honestly, I would recommend getting this guy. You can get him and Cyclonus together in an individual 2-pack. It's the Battle in Space 2-pack. Only difference would be that the Autobot symbol will be replaced by a rub sign with a Autobot symbol on it, but will still retain all the other aesthetics. That way you can skip that Galvatron. I still think that was not a really good figure. But yeah, this one is. I do stand by this one.
Okay, so that should wrap it up for Rodimus here. All in all, really good hot rod figure. Highly recommendable. And yeah, I mean, if you got the Classics version, odds are you have the Fans Project upgrade kit for him for Rodimus. So if you want to get some hot rod love in there, this is the guy to go to. His colors are as close as you're going to get to the movie colors. And I just love the way he looks. I like that almost cel shaded look to him. I mean, it's gorgeous. So yeah, highly recommend this guy. You got so many ways to get him. Probably eBay is your best bet by now, but still, get a hold of him if you can. He should go for a lot less than what the Classics Rodimus would go because he doesn't mesh well with the protector armor too much. But anyway, please leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to see more videos. Share with your friends. And I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. So I'll see you in the next one, where we take a look at my favorite of the set, Cyclonus. So anyway, take care. So long. Have fun. Bye-bye. And I will see you next time.